Coffee with Namma Ashwath.
Namaskara. Today we have my very good friend, Mr. Sujeet, who is a very well-known entrepreneur who has made a huge impact in the lives of the people of our country and our particularly state of Karnataka. He's been a true youth icon. Today's show, I welcome Sujeet. I think we are really privileged and honored to have you here.
Thank you, sir.
I would like to ask a few things from you, please. People are very curious to know more about you.
Yeah, and thanks for sir inviting me. I always consider you as my elder brother, and I look up to you the way you work for overall ecosystem. But let me introduce myself. So I come from a place which is a very small place called Bhabua. It's in Bihar. As a coordinates, I can give it's near Banaras, but it falls in Bihar. Banaras is in UP. So I have grown up there. I studied till 12th in government school and my medium was Hindi. I studied there, and then I have qualified for JEE. So went to the IIT Delhi for my engineering college. So from till 12th I was in Bhabua. Then I went to IIT Delhi, and then that's where I have seen the world. I came out of, you can say that, from very small place to metropolitan, and I have learned almost everything in my engineering journey. From language to engineering, culture, vision, what can you achieve in the life? Because when we were growing up, the biggest dream was to become IS official, let's say, if you are good in education. I think that was the dream of our...
natural one.
Yeah, that's the dream of our parents, to become, to become some... Babus. But when I reached there, especially in Delhi as a place and IIT Delhi, it has given me so much. As I've got connected with the world, what all are possible, and I give all my credit to that journey. I always call it as an accident. I accidentally gone to Delhi because, sir, I have been qualified as a JEE, but I wanted to be in IIT BHU, which is Banaras. I thought it's my hometown. But actually somehow it's what has universe has thought, I have landed him in IIT Delhi. And everything has started after that. Yeah.
It's quite interesting to hear. You are the very thought of, preparing for JEE. What made you to prepare for JEE? Why JEE? Why were you so particular? What made you to think that you should go for JEE?
I mean to say joint entrance exam, IIT, am I right?
Yeah, through that you wanted to get into IIT Delhi,
so,
IIT,
yeah,
some IIT.
IITs, yeah.
Why particularly IIT?
Yeah, so I'll tell you that traditionally when we were growing up and...
no, probably the kind of school where you studied, you had that kind of opportunity or that kind of support?
No support. So, sir, it was like I was good in math.
So
the only two
to look up, no?
Yeah, only two streams. Either you should become doctor or engineer.
Okay.
If you are arts, then go for as a lawyer or some professor. But I was good in math, so that's why engineering naturally. And I actually got to know about IIT when I was in, you can call it 12th. And that's, I was preparing for my state exam.
People start preparation in high school itself.
Yeah, so I was preparing for my state exam. Somebody said that IIT is the best engineering college, you should try that. And I was like, oh, let me see that. And I have changed my overall medium because
so
I have...
God has blessed you with so much of talent. You're a genius guy.
Not talent, sir. Might be you can say that somewhere I was also lucky, but definitely I have done hard, I studied also.
Without hard work, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Probably you're blessed, man.
Yeah.
With so much of dedication and commitment. It's really very interesting to know about you. It's a true inspiration. Studying in a Hindi medium.
Yes.
And in a place
I must say that in Karnataka I have to learn Kannada, but one day I will learn.
But you are able to connect with farmers only.
Of course, of course.
Sir, you are connected with farmers.
Yeah, I think.
Annadataru.
Yes.
The backbone of our society
Yes, sir.
and our country.
Because I come from farmers background, sir.
But you're
I also come from the farmers background because
hearing your story or the way you have done things made an impact in the lives of farmers. Imagine nobody thinks of a farmer.
Yes.
How to help them?
Yeah.
Probably your entrepreneurship model or your concern for the farmers. Your concern for the farmers had led you to come out with a very successful startup. Probably in this direction, knowing more than about your company, would like to know, if given a chance, you want to be a co-founder of which startup? You're given an option that you can become a co-founder of a particular startup. Which startup you would like to choose?
Yes, sir. I think that's a very interesting question, sir. So, as my career, I am always a startup guy. And first startup I have started in 2005.
Do you think in your time itself the startup in 2005 itself?
No, it was not called startup, but KPO at that time. KPO, BPO, knowledge process outsourcing. They started a firm in 2005 in KPO. So in recession time comes, we were not funded. Definitely, we were getting the project, delivering the project, getting the money. In 2008 recession time, it gets short. But I think I call it ourselves as a founders of a startup ecosystem. I also say that because I call the day zero of the startup.
What a great thing, sir.
It's a Flipkart.
You're all the founders of the startup
ecosystem. Because I call it when Flipkart is the first recognized company as a startup in the startup ecosystem. That the overall success, there were several companies prior to that also, it's not the first company. But when the new generation, which company you can relate where the whole journey of startup started, I think I call it Flipkart. And might be I'm biased, but you're asking your question. So first I always related to the commerce. Flipkart, then Udaan, which is a B2B commerce. So answer to your question, if given that, I will definitely change my field. And my field will be mostly something where the technology can be used to connect the celebrities who can say that happy birthday, happy marriage anniversary, like they can convey the message to the local people. And I'm also an angel investor to the company, but that the string which connects this celebrity, which are a dream to the millions of people, and they can give a message to these people. Yeah. I would love to have that concept, sir.
We'll be very happy to pay for that. Paying to get wish.
People get surprised. Let's say my birthday, and somebody said that, hey,
somebody else is going to
and some celebrity, let's say MS Dhoni. Yeah. And suddenly somebody has given me a message. MS Dhoni said, happy birthday, Sujeet. I wish you your good luck. And I think that's amazing.
Amazing. Because the best gift you can give to anybody.
Yes,
the best gift you can give.
Yes.
It's a fantastic idea and concept. Really, we appreciate. Wherever you take it, it's a gold hand, I think. Golden hand. So the ideas are fantastic.
Yeah.
So you're going to be a co-founder of such a,
String. That's one already this company is doing in there,
Good, Sujeet. So wherever you touch your golden hand, it will be successful. Probably,
thanks.
Even the people will be extremely happy to get wished by the people whom they look up. Probably the kind of achievers.
Yeah.
So for me, one interesting, very passionate area, the area which I love is agriculture.
I come from agriculture background, so I can have a long conversation.
It's something very close to heart.
Yes, sir.
So probably in this direction, the very company which you established many more, particularly your contribution in agriculture, is really impressive.
Yeah.
It has shown and it has really transformed the way we do things, in particularly related to agriculture. The very establishment of agri-tech companies had led to bringing of new laws.
New
laws. Probably that has led to evolving of the new laws, which has become.
I have a lot to talk on that, by the way,
I'll not
subject.
talk about.
And Karnataka is a role model, sir.
Yeah.
And we should definitely evangelize
That
other
I keep
states.
telling you that we are the
Yes.
champions of.
Several times I've told you the kind of law and infrastructure and the technology.
Probably I came to know that. Even I was not aware of this, but when I started interacting, after becoming an ITBT minister, then I started realizing that the route is here.
Yes, APMC law of Karnataka. And it's very unfortunate to say that, though our agriculture reform law has been taken back, but the roots are APMC law of Karnataka. And if anybody wanted to in our country to see the benefit of those laws which has been passed by parliament, taken back, but the benefit of true spirit has been originated in Karnataka, and all the farmers and agriculture sector has been directly benefited by those laws already.
I'm really impressed. Definitely, that is simplified. Grow to consumer. How simple we can make it.
Yes.
Instead of making it so complicated, so difficult,
Yes.
making lives of farmers difficult, making lives of buyers difficult.
Difficult.
And he doesn't know where's the demand, where's the supply.
Yes.
So, how can we take things forward? So, this is something, a fantastic things, what has happened. I can see that, always we have been talking, we are concerned about farmers, we are concerned about farmers. But do nothing. Don't come out with new solution. Yes, even if they're going to get some solution, come in the way.
Yes.
Spoil the entire thing.
Because
ultimately the politics takes over.
But
so what you felt then, in that circumstance? When
I think
were, some people were talking, that is not good, the formulas are not good. These kind of agri solutions were not good.
No, sir. If you'll ask me as a citizen of this country and coming from the farmer's background, still my parents lives in Bhabua and we have a farmland. Though he doesn't take care of because he's too old.
Is a farmer?
The farmer is a lawyer, but my father's elder brother who was doing farming for whole life. So we have farmlands. But we directly understand the farm because I have seen that in my childhood how because it was a joint family, and I have seen my uncle how he was doing hard work in the farm. So I am grown up that family, and I think that's a different thing. But Ajay Udaan, if I see that, and we have founded this company and based out of Karnataka, and when we have started APMC, and Udaan has several category. But agriculture and procurement of staples is one of the largest category and fresh. Here the APMC's laws are very friendly towards farmers, their produce, they are getting the right price according to the market, no middleman, lots of visibility. I think that was the law which has been already passed, and I'm repeating myself. Somewhere, I don't know the politics and all, but I think it was a great law. It hasn't taken back. Someday it has to come in its true spirit, and Karnataka has to continue bringing the new great things for farmer, because someday country will see these laws, how they change the life of the normal farmers.
Yeah, definitely. But I am more curious to know why you got into this agri-tech area. Why particularly into this startups where it is a grower and a consumer?
Sir, I think...
What made you to think into getting into this?
Yeah, I'll come to that point. But directly, when we have started, it was not the idea. We have started with B2C Flipkart when in my previous startup. When I left Flipkart, I have realized Flipkart can address only in this commerce to maximum single digit of the commerce. Most of the commerce are happening through B2B. There are more than 20 million retailers in this country which are providing billions of the people in this country to consume. Providing those 20 million retailers the goods are our starting point. But if you'll see the structure of overall commerce, 65% of the produce comes from directly or indirectly connected from the farmer's produce. Either it's a staple or FMCG. Out of that, 50% staples and fresh, and then another 15-20% are FMCG and all. So those get consumed in masses, and the rest 33% are electronics and all. So when we have started this B2B, most of these 20 million retailers, 80% comes which sells the farmers' produce. That's why we have to solve this problem, to procure from farmers and supply it to these retailers through APMC laws and then millers and all, but those are the farmer produce.
Do you think this agri-tech and this grow to consumer concept B2B has benefited farmers?
Of course, sir. Because, sir, one thing we have to
Has
understand.
their income has doubled, tripled?
And I can say, I don't know, I don't have the data to it has doubles and triples, but if you can ask me in my personal journey, I have seen their overall economic condition has improved a lot. Because they get benefited, they have now, technology according to me provides the empowerment to anybody. Now this technology, we are giving this as a tool to farmers so that they can see that what is the fair price, how the middleman has been removed, so that they are getting the direct benefits and all. So definitely it has been increased there, but I don't know it has been doubled, tripled and all, but definitely significantly increased their income. And now they can see that how their produce has been, where it gets sold, they are getting the fair price or not.
So one more interesting is, since because of your background of your engineering, your innovation and your technology, how you are able to apply all these things?
I think, sir, I think first principle thinking applies everywhere. It doesn't matter which sector. I believe even in the politics also, sir. If you'll start thinking from the first principle, you will reach most of the solutions. So I think somewhere I believe there is a commonality. If you'll start thinking as a first principle and if you have passion to solve the problem, I think you can. It's not about the expertise, it's about the passion. Definitely your training, which education and all, gives those background so that you can justify with the subject matters.
Sujeet, people like you have made a huge impact and made our country and especially the state of Karnataka and particularly Bangalore as a land of startups. You have already invested you have invested in almost more than 150 startups. I am extremely happy to hear that you're able to not only promote yourself and you're able to promote many more youngsters. It's a fantastic thing which has happened. Probably, if you're given a chance to invest, which are the other areas you would like to invest in creativity, innovation and technology? Which are the other preferred areas where you look up now to make an investment? And so many more people would like to look up to you. Here, what could be the more interesting areas?
It's a great question, sir. And I'll take some few minutes just to explain my thesis of investment. Most of the people think investment means make money. But in my life, I believe the way I have come up through this startup, I have to enable people because that's our responsibility, not to make money, rather than the other people who wanted to bring impact in this country. We have to support because we have already seen some level of success. So we just give money because I have earned the whatever money from this ecosystem and then I have to give it back. I think that's the principle. But answer to your question, sir, already I support almost in every field. Wherever I see the people can scale, bring impact in the society, bring impact for the country, bring impact for the, it's a forward-looking technology and which can scale. Definitely you can say that, hey Sujeet, you haven't invested in a startup which was making bag. Because I firmly believe technology-enabled company can bring more impact. It's not like those bag-making companies are bad, definitely, but I believe those companies have already simple investment kind of track records. Somebody can find an investment, but it's about who is taking the risk, where the people are betting behind the ideas. So somebody who is saying that, hey, through technology, I will change the agriculture of farmer's life. or bring lots of visibility for their produce, or enhance their product, or it will bring the more productivity for their produce, or give them the suggestions, or health tech, or education tech, or commerce tech, fintech, which can impact millions of people potentially. I think we go as a, because we have seen in my journey of Flipkart how it has changed the face of the retailers, retail industry, or Udaan, how it has changed the face of overall distribution ecosystems. So we go behind mostly tech-enabled company, but if you'll see, I also invest for some of these D2C company, which are like store-based, operational. I do that, but my hypothesis is, if you'll see, like Web3 companies, which supports for forward-looking technology, we support that. But there are lots of regulatory gaps also, like the crypto in country is not supported. I'm not saying that that's necessary, but like Meta, which I think education tech can be changed, or any other real estate can change. Their application is, nobody knows what the potential. So Web3 companies and all. And if you'll see, sir, why Bangalore is ahead of other people. Web1 company, which was IT based, software, IT exports and all. Web2 is all this fintech, commerce, health tech, education tech, all this Web2, Web3. So we support futuristic technology companies. Yeah, that's how we decide.
When you select this company for investments or for encouraging, enabling, facilitating, or promoting for a cause, will you do it personally? You look into all these aspects. You do it personally, or you have a team? Who's going to screen all these things?
Not
Do you
right.
have that kind of time to look?
No, sir. I think because we have our own startup where we have to give maximum or 80-90% time. But like you are in the politician, you see people, we bet behind people.
But
I think that's the one
how
thing.
do you screen that? You have
Because
your
we
own
meet
system
for half an hour, sometime in the Zoom call, passion there, how in depth they are going.
But too many people will be behind you, no?
Yes, that is but operational. Mostly we take that decision because I believe.
See, right, left, center, people will be looking forward. Look at my company. Look at my company.
So there is two way of investment, sir. I'm not a VC company. I'm an angel investor. I back those people who have a passion, idea. Who I believe that guy can bring some impact. Who might be he's starting with X, ended up with Z, but I can say that this guy is hungry. He's really wanted to bring some impact. I think that's our assessment. So I think mostly we back the people.
One interesting, I'm very curious to know. So by any chance, with regard to the politics, any startup companies have come?
Sir, I don't. How technology other.
So you are telling technology. If you are passionate, you can get solution for whatever challenges.
Yes, sir.
So in politics also, are you looking for any kind of this, structure or a framework or a startup or a solution where
I believe, sir,
you can change the way the politics is happening in this country?
I definitely, technology brings lots of impact, but I believe we are bound by the boundaries of our democracy, which I think our constitution is allowing in certain way the election, but bringing a visibility to the voters, what is right, what is wrong, giving them the framework to decide for the betterment of the society. I think that those things can be accelerated. Already those things are already used.
How can you expect the depth to be there? See, every issue has got a lot of depth.
Yeah.
See, you cannot become a fashion statement. The depth will lagana hai na. Very impactful in one direction, other direction. The perspective can be in many directions.
Yes, sir. But I believe like if you'll see.
For a simple things, it's
I will see, sir. Twitter provides as a platform, giving direct communication of our supreme leader or leader like you, who can communicate with your constituents directly, rather than earlier how it was 20 years back. It was everything as a Doordarshan or some news. Now you are a real-time updated what's going on in this country. Itself is giving a huge aspect technology applications. so that the elections and the candidates and the people get the real input. Voters get real input and they are getting the real benefits. Nobody can manage now. I think what I'm trying to say.
Sir, coming to most interesting things. What we as Kannadigas would be more keen. Kannada Baruta?
Sir, Sulpa. But I'm promising you, sir, though I am in Bangalore from last more than 10 years.
So next time when you meet?
At least 25% of language should be Kannada.
Oh. So when are we going to reach 100%?
Sir, I'll try my best. I'll try my best to achieve that. I think it's not like I haven't tried. That's the only thing, because it's so cosmopolitan city, Bangalore, where everybody understands English. So and I think that bad habit of North Indians, they talk in Hindi and people start responding, they think he understands Hindi. Yeah, but I think I think true nature of this city is cosmopolitan, and that's where you believe. That's why lots of the people who come outside made home from Bangalore.
See, in future,
but I am promising you that if you'll ask
Bihar, so in future you would like to see you representing Karnataka. No? So you would like to have you as our member here, member of parliament, member of legislative assembly.
Sir, as an ambassador from here and coming from Bihar, I am already ambassador of Karnataka for the North India. I don't have to speak Kannada there. I am telling you, it's such a nice place. Yeah. And I always call it, might be my Janam Bhumi is Bihar, I am education from Delhi, but my Karam Bhumi is Kannada.
To know more about the startup, what is the future? So, what kind of future are you seeing for the startups? Like, what could be the make or break for the startups?
So if you'll see, really, I think it's a world phenomena. It's not like we can say that, hey, it's an Indian phenomena. Though we are the third largest ecosystem in the world, and in that also Karnataka is leading from front. I think startup, there's a word, but mostly startup technology, use new technology. If you'll say that Chat GPT, which can code. Earlier, nobody had thought any AI and all, which brings more and more efficiency in the ecosystem, making betterment for the society, country, world. Am I right? I believe this is going forward, this is the normal life. Everywhere the startup, might be it's manufacturing, might be it's a society, it's a politics, it's anything, education. So everything, I think, going to be impacted by the technology, and it has been already proven, and nobody has to give the proof of concept. But I believe this will going to be the new normal, where technology will drive almost everything.
That's, as you rightly said in the beginning of the conversation itself, that's a great tool for the common man.
Yes.
To help himself.
Yes.
In all the sectors.
Yes, sir.
So, turning the table now, if you are given an opportunity for a day or for entire your career, whenever you want to select and become a politician, if you become an agriculture minister or if you become a technology minister, what would you like to do?
It's a very difficult question because I'm coming from the agriculture background. I'm benefited by technology, whom to choose.
So, normally I ask everybody one question, one area. But for you, I'm having two areas. I'm giving you two choices.
That's why I'm saying that's a 50-50 because, look, sir, I always believe we as a country, most of it, if we go just beyond tier 2, or tier 1, tier 2 city, is agriculture which is prominent. If we wanted to change our country life, we have to bring lots of impact in agriculture. But I also at the same time, in agriculture, technology and all these innovation has to be. So I was just hearing one day our national security advisor, Doval Saab, he was saying that still our per unit produced in comparison to China is 1/3. So just by applying technology,
Underproducing.
yes, and we have more agriable land than China. More agriable land than China. If we just enhance at the level of China, we can feed the world. But I believe technology should be used in agriculture, and it's not the two department.
What happens if you produce surplus production also becomes difficult? No?
So look at the war, which is Ukraine and all. People, the whole inflation in the world because of food.
Because agriculture is.
I think India can become a superpower if we will start feeding the world. Look at the inflation in our neighboring country. If we would have, definitely we can still supply them, but our relationship is not, and I don't know what's going on. But I firmly believe the kind of agriable land we have, we can feed the world.
So, good to hear. And what about the technology?
And thanks, sir, for asking that question. But I have seen you, how you, as a IT/BT minister, definitely a higher educational minister, and also there are a couple of more portfolio you have. But I call you a minister of startup also.
So privileged.
Yeah, and I have seen you how you solve the problem for the people who face some operational challenges. Definitely regulatory at a different level, but facilitating people, giving them more and more freedom to do. I like our Prime Minister says that minimum government, maximum governance. It's true for all the ministry, and I have seen you do that in Karnataka. That's why we are number one. Karnataka do that justice. I think whatever the ministry, you should facilitate. And what are the required? I think you have to start bringing those application on the ground. Doesn't matter it's agriculture minister or technology minister. Here you facilitate, startup guys are so comfortable to reach out to you. So I think that's the job.
Yeah, thank you so much. You are mentioning about one important ChatGPT. There's so much of controversy about the ChatGPT to be stopped, banned, all these things. All entire work of the person will be done by ChatGPT. So what else will be left for the person to do?
Sir, honestly, I don't know. It's a recent development. Nobody knows where it will going to stop. But one thing we are scared of, if machine start doing the person job, let's see what is the side effect. But it's scary. It's a scary technology.
So thank you so much, Sujeet.
Nice talking to you.
Your precious time and being part of the show. I wholeheartedly thank you for coming for this show, Coffee with Ashwath.
Thank you for calling me, sir.
It was such an interesting conversation. I think you made very good insights.
Thanks for inviting me, sir.
Coffee with Nama Ashwath.